Welcome to the Man Cave Podcast with Dan and D.
How you guys doing today?
I'm D.
I'm Dan.
All right, we're going to talk about Tampa versus the Bears.
We're gonna split this up into a couple segments. We're gonna wing it and see how we do.
All right,
let's go, buddy. Light it up.
All right, man. When it came down to it, Tampa came short when it came to the Bears. It was 19-20. In my personal opinion, I didn't think that Brady played well at all. He got sacked 3 times, got hit a bunch. The line wasn't holding them together. And even though Nick Foles, you get either ugly, you take the ugly with the good, and he's got less weapons than what Brady has, and they came out on top with that ugly last, that last little drive that was there.
Yeah, man, he ended up going 25 for 41, only throwing for 1 touchdown in the game before. Didn't he have 5?
Yeah.
So he's starting to be very inconsistent, as is half the quarterbacks in the NFL at this moment in time. The only thing that really saved him is their run game, honestly. Ronald Jones tore it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he had a decent game, but, the end of the third quarter, Tampa had a pass. They took a sack. They made another little pass to both to Brady and for 20 yards on one of them. They had 2 penalties, and then going down to it, the Bears kicked the field goal. They got it.
Cameron Brate went to Harvard.
What?
So it's always smart to throw it to him because he went to Harvard.
What made you bring that up?
I don't know, man. That's just a fun name, so you gotta, you always gotta invest into those fun names and see what's going on with the guy.
Well, what I was getting down to was, Brady had an opportunity to pull it out. He had an incomplete pass, got the ball down to the down there. I think it was down by the red zone, and he had an incomplete pass to Gronk, and then another incomplete pass to Rader, and then he thought he had another down, but it was fourth down.
4 minutes too late.
I mean, that's just what it is. And then it seemed like after they benched Trubisky, Nick Foles came in and did a lot of what he did when it came to Philly. He did his thing. But
he's had a pretty good season. He's 72, 113 yards, or 72 for 113 passes. He's got 680 yards and 5 touchdowns, only 3 picks.
Who?
83.9 pass rating. Yep, Nick Foles.
Ooh, okay, coming through with the season stats on me.
Man, he always seems to pull it out of the woodwork. He backs up everybody he plays for, and he's always better than the guy he backs up. Either that or the team that he goes to
ends up looking good.
Well, the team that he goes to, their starting quarterback ends up bad, and Foles ends up taking over.
Oh, you're trying to call out Wentz, aren't you?
Everywhere that he goes, man, he's the backup, and then the starting quarterback gets shitty or gets hurt, and for some reason, Foles is back at it. Let's go, man. I'm ready. Let's see this guy go.
In all honesty, he really just has Allen Robinson, who he's all right. He caught 10 on 16 10 on 16 targets for 90. And a lot of people were talking about Jimmy Graham not really looking too good when he was with the Seahawks last year, but
he did throw it to 7 different receivers, though. He's definitely spreading the ball out.
Who, Foles?
Yeah. Aside from Robinson taking over with the 10 catches that you just mentioned, threw it to 6 other guys. That's impressive. Though Tom Brady threw to 8 other guys.
Well, yeah, he's got more targets and more weapons around him. I mean, look at his 2 wide receivers.
Tom Brady's touchdowns for the season. Check this out. First game, 2, then 1, then 3, then 5, then 1. That's what, an average of about 3.5, maybe? 3.5.
What, touchdowns?
A game, yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
It's pretty
But
good.
how many INTs he got?
He's 40, man. He's still tearing it up.
How many interceptions he got?
Tom Brady for the year?
Yeah.
Tom Brady for the year has 4. He has 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Okay.
Which 4 is typically what he throws in most of the season, but that's all right.
But I mean,
There's been a lot of picks.
he's got
this
one
year.
of the best receivers on his team. Something that people were saying that he didn't have last year.
That's correct.
Okay. But he's got the weapons, and granted, it's going to take some time for them to come together because of everything that's going on. But you would figure with somebody who was complaining about not really having anything last year and then making it to the playoffs with less. But they did have a better line. He knew the offense really well because it's been the offense he had his entire career. I mean, going down there, do you really think that it's him, or do you think that it was Belichick?
I think with what he's doing now currently, it's a little early in the season, but with what Tampa's doing at this point, I think Brady's somebody to definitely keep an eye on. I think he's still Tom Brady, whether he's in the New England or Buccaneers or Tampa. It's going to be hard to compare him. It's going to be hard to compare that because he was in Patriots his whole entire career.
Fair enough.
We gotta cut the guys some slack.
But who's better, Foles or Brady?
Who's better? Mullins.
Okay.
Mullins for president. All right, let's jump on to the next game.
How about we go to our game?
All right.
You want to go to our game?
Yeah, as painful as it is.
Okay.
The Bengals-Ravens last week. Ravens pulled one out of their ass and beat the Bengals 27-3.
Get out of here with that.
Joe Burrow outplayed Lamar Jackson. But let me point that out.
They had the same amount of completions.
And we only had 3 more yards, and you had 1 more touchdown. Actually, you had 2 more.
We only had 2 more.
Why is Lamar Jackson only running the ball for 3 yards?
What was the score on that? Now, Mr. pulled it out of their ass. What was it? I got it right here. 27-3, is that right?
Yeah, that's
How's
it.
your offensive line look?
Like they did every week. Invincible.
How many times did you get hit?
I just can't believe 2 rush yards. Two
How many
rushes
times did you
for
get sacked?
3 yards. 8.
Ooh.
Wasn't it 8?
Not a 7.
7 sacks.
7.
Oh, that's so painful. It is 7.
How did Mixon look?
Mixon
look?
Mixon looked like trash, man. He only carried the ball for like 3.5 yards. Not even 3.5 yards a carry.
Yeah, 59 yards.
2.5 yards a carry. That's
He had
sad,
almost
man.
as many receiving
Mixon
yards.
goes off one week and then comes back and does absolutely nothing, and it drives me insane.
Well,
I'd say aside from that offensive line, the Bengals have it together. I mean, they got a good team in front of them, and I'm excited as a Bengals fan for their future.
My boy Lamar. Yeah, he didn't have the greatest game. He was 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Mark Ingram broke one off for 20 yards on you, putting him up there on 11 carries to 57 yards. But the defense, oh man, they teared you guys apart. My boy Patrick Queen had, I think it was 1 sack. He had 2 fumble recoveries.
6 tackles, 3 assists, 1 sack, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 forced fumble and a touchdown. And then you had 2 touchdowns from your and then you had 2 touchdowns from your receivers and 2 field goals.
Yeah, that boy Marlon Humphrey, I'm telling you, he's something else. He's something else.
Put Joe Burrow on the Patriots.
That's why they pay him the
Put
big
Joe Burrow
money.
on the Patriots.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Let me tell you this, man. What do you think that they need to do with AJ Green?
I think they need to get rid of him. T. Higgins and Ross is his 2 obviously primary receivers. They seem like they actually want to be on the Bengals, which is a big deal. AJ Green doesn't seem too interested. And honestly, they were asking him, what was keeping him from performing. There's literally nothing keeping him from performing. He just doesn't want to be there. And as a Bengals fan, get the hell out of Cincinnati if you don't want to be there. They're paying you all that damn money.
Are they really paying him a lot of money? I don't know what his contract is.
I don't know
Did
what
he
it-
get franchise tag?
I don't know
Or
what
did
it
he sign
is.
an actual contract?
He signed. Yeah, he extended.
Okay.
It was ridiculous. He's rich, man. It's just like, come on, dude. You haven't done anything. I don't know if you just stink or if you just don't want to be there.
I know he's got an injury history.
He does. But I mean, like they said, there's nothing wrong with him this year.
You think he could just
He'd prefer to be on the
not
sideline.
be in shape?
He'd prefer to be on the
You
sideline.
don't think he's in shape?
He's a beanpole. He's always in shape. It's a lot easier to take care of your body as a skinny guy. It's a lot easier to take care of your body when you're really, really skinny. Yes, you have to work a little harder.
Oh yeah.
It's the face though that the ladies love.
Oh yeah, I know. Man. Look at this beard, man. It's
What's our?
glorious.
Moving on from the pain of the Bengals.
No. I got something to say about my team. Okay, I am very, very disappointed in my offense. Yeah, we won 20-3. I don't give a fuck about that.
27-3.
Or 27.
You don't even know the score of your own
Shut
game.
the fuck up.
I'm done.
Get out of here with all that.
Give me
man.
my damn pen.
I'm disappointed in it. Lamar Jackson, I know he was dealing with injuries, and there was somebody that he was close to that passed away the day before, or on Sunday. He got the news right before the game, basically. But it's Greg Roman. Greg Roman is the problem. You got weapons there. I know that they're not the greatest weapons, but you have a three-headed monster in that backfield. 4 putting Lamar in there. You drafted fucking J.K. Dobbins.
Yep.
You're not fucking using him. You've given him basically. You gave him the green light on the first game. He looked like a monster. He went off. But you haven't really given him any opportunity the last couple weeks. He got he got 4 touches this game. 1 carry for 34 yards on 1 carry. Then you give him the ball 3 times. It's 21 yards. He's going off. That right there, if you put all that together, that is 55 yards on 4 touches.
Hey,
why aren't you using
Bro, the game before
Greg
that
Roman.
on Dobbins.
Fuck game.
The game before that, dude, they gave Dobbins 1 carry, 6 yards. That was the game before that. Game before that,
But they
2
also
carries.
tossed him the ball.
2 carries, 48 yards.
They threw him the ball too last game, if I'm not mistaken. But how many touches? That was something he had a problem with when I think he was sharing the backfield with Mike Weber, because they were every other series. And he said that it was hard for him to get going because maybe on one series they might score, because you're playing Rutgers, you might score on like three plays. You might score, and then he's getting the ball basically nothing. He said, "Give me the opportunity. I'm going to produce." Why isn't Greg Roman?
Feed me,
dude. You got
Zeke. He's a Buckeye though.
you got Ingram. You got Gus the Bus, and you got J.K. Dobbins. Fuck Gus. Let his ass go. I know I like him because he had a good year last year, but Ingram and J.K.
I have Ingram in fantasy, and he hasn't done me anything.
Because they're not giving they haven't been running, man. They've been trying to Patrick Mahomes it for the past couple games. Fuck Greg Roman. Hire Urban Meyer, who knows how to utilize his the potential of everybody that's on that team. Fuck Greg Roman.
All right.
That's how I feel, man.
All right, buddy. Let
Get
it out,
somebody
man.
like
That's why
that.
we're doing this. Let it out, man. Just
Get
let
somebody
it out.
that knows how to use that shit. You got monsters on that team. And why aren't you using Duvernay?
All right, let's do our favorite. We'll do one more team. We'll do the you want to do what? Colts and Browns?
We can do that.
Since we're from Ohio, got to talk about the Brownies today.
Sadly.
Final score, they beat him 32-23. Browns kind of went off in the first half. Baker kind of slowed down in the second half. And
there's 2 interceptions.
Yes, he is.
Not the touchdown
Baker
maker,
Mayfield
he's the
is.
interception maker.
Baker Mayfield has the worst passer rating in the fourth quarter than any quarterback in the league, and it's a 7.
It's terrible. Even worse than Phillip.
And they're not ever going to go anywhere if Baker Mayfield cannot close the ball game in the fourth quarter.
You're saying that he's worse than Phillip Rivers, who was on the other side, who didn't even throw any touchdowns in the fourth quarter? Is Is this what you're telling me?
I'm talking about it as a whole. His career in the fourth quarter.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about here.
No, Baker's career in the fourth quarter is the worst amongst all active NFL quarterbacks. And if you're the Browns and you want to go far in the playoffs, I got faith in you. Beat the damn Steelers because I hate Steelers. Hooday, go Bengals, go Bucks, attack and dominate. But they need to beat Steelers and they need to learn how to close the damn game in the fourth quarter. Okay. Quit scoring all your points in the first 3 quarters. That's awesome, but close the damn game out in the fourth quarter. Now, especially when you have weak D-backs. Come on now.
Let me ask you this, because the game was not out of hand, really. The Colts brought him back a little bit, but do you think that they need to keep Phillip Rivers in?
He's no Andrew Luck.
Fair enough. I'll give you that.
Phillip Rivers, let's see what his stats are on the year, man. He's got 1,200 yards. It's more than Baker. But he's thrown more picks than touchdowns, which is I'm pretty sure why the Chargers didn't want him anymore.
Let me
because he was terrible.
Do you think Phillip Rivers just needs to hang it up?
I mean, ride it out as long as you can, man. He's getting paid regardless. He's got 13, he's got 13 kids. He's got a
dude. He's got a whole basketball team, man. That's what he's got. So I'm gonna say this though. Do you think it's Kareem Hunt or do you think Chubb that the team needs to move forward with? Because they're both going to want to get paid big money. Kareem Hunt, who led the league in rushing a couple years ago, and then you got Chubb, who went off last year. What you thinking?
Man, honestly, you picked up Chubb for a reason, but you also, this is why you have the advantage, because you have 2 running backs. Mm-hmm. So Kareem Hunt can show out. And then if your run game is that good, you're able to use both running backs. You should be able to use both running backs.
But
use Chubb to pound the rock up the middle. Use Hunt when you want to throw the ball out, run a screen.
There's only so much cap that you can have. All right, you're already paying Myles Garrett.
Well, and Chubb's there. He just signed 3 more years.
Who?
Chubb or Hunt.
Hunt?
Yeah.
Okay.
He literally just signed another deal. Well, I don't know how long ago, but
Chubb's contract's going to be coming up here soon. I don't know where they drafted him at exactly. I think they drafted him in the second round, third round.
Chubby?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, they got him. There's only so much that you can do with your cap. You're going to have to pay Baker here in a couple years, or I mean, you can only extend him for that 5th year, and then you're going to have to pay him. His contract's going to be coming up here soon. You got Odell, you got Landry. That offense is on paper is the best outside of the line because their line is hit and miss. Just like the Browns. My biggest issue with the Browns, they can score 3 points or they can score 50. That's my only problem. There's too much inconsistency there for them to be a true threat.
That's why I said big test for them this weekend is they need to beat the damn Steelers.
You think so?
I think if they beat Steelers, the talk about them will hush up a little bit. Watch.
Steelers are 4-0.
Watch.
Steelers are 4-0. They're 4-1 for the first time in fucking a lifetime. I mean, on paper, like I said, they got one of the best teams.
And
there
Baker,
should be no reason that they should do this. They need to get a winning culture in there. I mean, Skamansky or whatever his fucking name
Kevin
is.
Stefanski?
Yes, Stefanski.
I think he's done an absolutely amazing job. I think it was unfair for their first game of the season to be against the Ravens. That sucked. I can't wait till they play him again.
Oh, get out of here.
I cannot wait till they play him again.
Well, before we cut this segment off, do you want to talk about the Steelers?
Yeah, we can do a quick little thing on the Pitts, the Steelers and Eagles. They did end up winning 38-29. Big Ben Roethlisberger 27 for 34, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns, only sacked 1 time. He did rush for backwards 2 yards.
True.
Carson Wentz, terrible as always, 20 for 36, 258, 2 touchdowns, and once again, womp womp womp, 2 picks.
Why you gotta hate on Wentz? What's your issue with Wentz? What is your issue with Wentz? I've never known you to be a Wentz hater. What is wrong with Pennsylvania? What is wrong with Pennsylvania?
First of all, because his name's Dan Pennsylvania. No, I don't know, man. I just think he's overrated. I don't think he's very good.
You don't think he's good?
Nah, man. I'd like to see Hurts in there. Honestly, get rid of both of them and get Justin Fields.
What?
An Eagle? That'd be sweet.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
But who's he throwing to? Seriously. Greg Ward? Travis?
He's got Ortega-Whiteside.
Fulgham?
Yeah, man.
Is that how you say his name? Fulgham?
Yeah, Travis Fulgham, absolutely.
Who the fuck is that?
13 targets, 10 catches, 152 yards and a touchdown.
Who the fuck is that?
That's who he is.
Who the fuck is that? Who's 13. He throwing to? He's
wearing Aguilar's old number.
Ooh. He's got. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that guy. Here later on.
Listen to me. He had 10 catches this last game. Before this, the whole rest of the season, this guy, this Fulgham guy. Before this game, he only had 2 catches the whole season.
But what I'm saying is okay. They're putting their faith in Sanders. They're putting their faith in Ertz. The other
guy that failed me in fantasy last year. Yes.
The pretty decent other
Ertz, 1 catch for 6 yards. Just stay on the bench, man. Taking up space.
Jeez,
my fantasy bench.
I did not know.
Fantasy bench.
I did not know that you were such a Wentz hater.
No, I'm not. I'm not a fan of him. I just think he's overrated. Mainly because one of my good friends is a diehard Eagles fan, and he just loves Wentz. And I'm just like, dude, why?
I don't love Wentz, but I think he's good. But that team is failing him because they can't stay healthy, and then he gets knocked out of that playoff game with a kind of dirty hit from fucking Jadeveon Clowney. It's a dirty hit play at Clowney. But I mean, Chase Claypool, man, he showed out for the Steelers. He showed up. He had 7 catches, 110 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he carried the ball 3 times for a touchdown. That's 4. Did you see what he did with that Brady pick?
Yeah. Oh man, are you fourth quarter me? Oh no, you're Tom Brady-ing me.
Oh shit. Oh shit. You think the Steelers are real this year?
Absolutely. Don't get beat by the Browns, Steelers. Don't you do it.
You think take Duck out and put in Ben and you're okay?
I mean, Ben's been a monster, man.
Well, I mean,
10 touchdowns, only 1 interception.
But
that's second in the league.
Let's get down to these 4 fucking wins that everybody's ranting and raving about. Okay,
let's do it.
Who'd they play? They played the overrated fucking Eagles. They played the overrated fucking Cowboys for every fucking year. They're always up there as a top fucking 5 team for some fucking reason or whatever. The Cowboys. The Cowboys. And then you play the Giants, who are winless. And then you play the Broncos, and you almost lose to them 26-21.
Mm-hmm.
And you almost lose to the Texans. You barely pulled that out, 28-21. Come on. How are they real?
Look, where are the Broncos? All right, we got the Broncos at 1-3. We got the Giants at 0-5. So far their opponents have been 1-8. That's like the Bengals. That's gonna be like the Bengals record at week 10. And then we got the Texans. Who just show out, and they just won their first game. They're 1-4, mm-hmm. So we got it. We're 2-12 right now. I think I nailed it earlier when I said 4-14. And then we got. We already did the Broncos, right?
Yeah.
Then we just got the Giants, 0-4.
And the Eagles that are 1-3-1.
2-16. Their opponents, their wins have been against 2-16 is their combined record of their opponents. Mm. I'll believe the Steelers are for real when they win some games. But hey, we got to get out of here. We both got to take a piss, and I need to slam a beer. D, you got anything else? We're going to be back in about 5 minutes with another segment for you guys, all right? Peace out.